We are friends, digging each other, taking time to talk it over.
Welcome to the Lion's Den. We're here, episode
76. No,
it six?
7?
7?
78, I think.
Well, it's the first time I actually don't. I have to. 77. It's
77.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we're one off.
Yeah.
Brent Morin with his ice clinkling. What is it? Clinking?
Clinking.
Clink,
Clinking.
clink, clink, clink. I don't know what to talk about today. It's one of those weeks.
Do the intro.
Should I do the intro?
Yeah.
Let me think about that for a minute. Welcome back to episode 77.
Yep.
Is what we agreed on. Please continue to rate and review at Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star rating and a review, and Will read it a little bit. And also YouTube, The Lion's Den with Brent Morin and Jason Collings. And, of course, we have a Clips channel, Lion's Den Clips. And, as always, members-only stuff. And you're missing out on some great stuff here, guys. We've been getting a little loose on the Patreon. So go to patreon.com/TheLionsDenPod for that stuff. Will, got a review?
Yes. We review from Average Looking Ohioan. Hey guys, found your podcast through your first guest and have listened ever since. So much that I strongly encouraged my husband to listen, and he loves it as well. Recently listened to an episode where you briefly mentioned average-looking Ohioans, in parentheses, offended, who loves hay parties, in parentheses, more offended.
I don't remember saying
We can't, yeah, I don't remember either. We can't wait for the world to open up again, and hopefully you come to Ohio. Great pod. I love listening to it during workouts.
Sounds like a threat, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was waiting for I can't wait for the world to open up so we can come to LA and kick the shit out of you.
Yeah, it's like,
Why do you guys come over here and then we'll teach you what the fucking average person looks like?
Take us on a hayride and kill us.
Yes.
yeah.
And
I don't
that wagon,
remember ever
that wagon
saying
left
that.
with 4 people. Why are there only 2 coming back? Yeah, I don't remember talking.
I think it was
shit.
something. I think it was like one of those like pick just a random state to like make fun of or something.
I'm having a hard
I
time
don't know.
concentrating and focusing on anything right now because
Okay.
I got my new boots on. I'm new booting right now. I got those Nike boots. I ordered them for winter, for a California winter, because I don't know what these are going to do in snow. But I'm feeling pretty good about my boots.
They are really nice.
Nike Air Jordan 1s in a boot form. And they're all weather. It's like
What do you mean all weather?
It's like
it
they're
could really work?
yeah, you could pour water on it and nothing will happen.
Fuck.
And they're yeah. They're almost like, I don't know what this material is, but it's cool. They have like a Timberland vibe,
Very.
right?
Oh, okay. Like Timberland the boot, not Timberland the artist.
No, the boot.
I didn't think the artist.
You didn't?
No.
I don't know why I did.
Because I'm the man of my world and I'm my
It's Timberlake.
Oh, Timberlake.
Timberlake, Timberland, you know.
How's your guys? Hey, how was your guys' last day and a half that we haven't seen each other?
Yeah, I know. It's so hard for us to try to put something together. Last night, me and Jason were supposed to do a show. Ended up not happening.
Ooh.
And when that didn't happen, which was good that we didn't do it,
Yep.
which, you know, in the future we will. But when that happened, I took like 2 edibles and I'm still on them. Like, I am stoned out of my fucking mind right now. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, right now, Will, that little curl in your fucking face is
Yeah.
getting longer and longer. Your attitude. But, and I don't have new boots. In fact, I'm wearing ticket scalper shoes. So
What is that? What's a ticket scalper shoe?
I have no idea.
What kind of shoes are those?
They were nice when they started. They're Nikes, aren't they?
I don't know. Are they?
Well, you tell me.
I told you once, I remember, but I can't remember.
They are.
What does this say here? Give me this goddamn shoe.
Cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! The fucking
Oh,
stretching.
Airs. Yeah, those are
Okay.
those are Nikes. That little
And I
hip
pulled
flexor.
my hamstring, so
That little hip flexor pulled out.
It's gonna be hard to make that not the cover, by the way, of the episode.
oh god damn it! By the way, could you stop making me look like a fucking fat monster on the
Dude,
covers?
I'm just
Right.
taking a simple screenshot.
Is that just me?
I was gonna say, I don't know if it's Will that's making it.
It's me. Don't pet your new shoes
I don't know
when you're
if-
talking shit about my weight.
Trace.
I have
this is-
lost a little bit of weight.
You guys both look great.
Shut up. He's got the good.
Have you
angle.
lost weight? How much weight have you lost?
Let's not talk about it. So, Why do you have to do that?
I didn't do anything. Oh man, lip chap. Here's the thing that's pissing me off about the weather right now. I get these new boots because it's gonna. I want it to be boot weather. I want to wear flannels and denim and my boots. And it's gotten cold in my house to where I got a split lip because of chaptiness. Then I pull up here and guess what? 90 degrees.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
90
Valley.
goddamn degrees. I want it to be jacket weather so bad. I got a jacket in the car. The whole outfit is. I can't wear it. It's
No,
90
you look
degrees.
good.
Thank you.
Yesterday, my power went out.
Did it?
Yeah.
Damn.
And I was cleaning the whole place, and my power went out. And then I tried to go to the box. For everybody that knows, you get the little box, right? You're a homeowner, and you have that. I did that. And then they said it might be a grid issue, and don't look at your nails and pay attention. And then what happened is I sat here. They said that somebody will come 1 to 4 hours. Nobody came. But I managed to get some of the lights on, but couldn't get anything on in here.
I already know what happened.
Yep. My buddy Matt Gagne comes over. The guy I always wear Black Cat Motor shirts. He comes over, fixes it in 2 minutes.
Doesn't fix it. It wasn't broken, but go ahead.
Didn't need that. Just made me feel like less than a man. So I have a question for both of you. Has there ever been a moment where you felt emasculated? Where it's like things like obviously we know him because his tire popped and he didn't know how to do it and he had to call AAA.
That was the main one that I quickly.
Which is
thought of,
crazy.
yeah.
You should know how to change a tire, but
Right. Here's how you change a tire. You pull your AAA card out, and you call the number on the back. Very young, teenager.
yeah.
Was in martial arts class, and it was sparring day, which is, you could put the pads on us, go at it. And I was a purple belt, I think. And there was a girl in the class who was a brown belt, and she kicked the shit out of me. Like I was only a purple belt, but I thought I'm a guy and she's a girl.
Yeah.
Man, did she fucking kick my ass. My brother too. I remember she beat my brother up too.
What?
She got
Jesus
she got a
Christ.
2 for that day. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most emasculating thing I
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, probably. I mean, recently just the tire. When my tire fucking exploded on the freeway, and I just immediately just called AAA because I've never used it, and I'm on my mom's account. I've had it forever, and I was like, "Fuck it. Why am I gonna try to change? Why am I gonna fuck up and try to change it when I can
Well,
just have,
here's the thing with that. And here's where I'm like on board with calling AAA. If you have the option
Yeah, do it.
and it's not costing you anything,
No, it's free.
Why
And
get
they were there
your,
in like.
why get your little hands dirty?
That's what I'm saying. They were there in like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, why am I gonna try to fucking?
As
it's
soon
like,
as I was
get that.
able to, I'm a huge advocate at throwing money at problems. I really am.
yeah.
you can.
I
get
really,
that.
really am. I had new fixtures installed into my bathroom. I installed most of them. Towel racks, hooks, mirrors, all that shit. But when it came to installing the plumbing, like the faucets and all the stuff underneath, I called a guy. I opened the package and I'm like, I can do this. I know I can do it. That's another reason why I didn't have a real big problem, because I know I can do it. But it's a lot of fucking work. And if you guys know me the way you know me,
Yeah.
a lot of swearing's going to happen. If I'm doing the job, I'm scaring the dogs. Let's put it that way. Son of a motherfucker. I mean, I'm very much, you pay for some shit and they give you the crap on a fucking faulty bullshit. So I didn't want to go through that. So I made a phone call and I had a guy come over. I think he installed the whole thing for me for like $70.
Yeah. And how many times did you swear?
Not once. That's what he does. See, the thing is, this is what we do.
Yeah, thank you. Because that's the problem I have with my buddy Matt. Because
however-
Matt decides to do...
However,
Sorry.
breakers are a whole different thing. You're just flipping switches, Brent.
Well,
God
here's the
damn it.
goddamn it thing, is I was doing that, and that wasn't something I found out that this breaker over here isn't my actual breaker. It's over here.
You have a main.
I have the main over
Yeah.
here, and the guy was like, oh, this all needs to be changed. The same way my AC needs to be changed.
Right.
The guy said, this is ancient, and this is ancient.
Oh, it's
And
so
he goes-
annoying when you live in a house that was built in like the 40s.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how Gagne got it fixed, but what bothers me with him, there's nothing worse than when you come over and then it's dark in this house,
He made
but
it
at
easy.
least the washer,
Thank-
and then he goes, Brent, can I tell you, I don't want to say this. And I go, what? And he goes, I don't want to say you're a fucking idiot. But how do you not know? I go, this is the problem you have. is you don't need to do that with me. You won. Whatever this is, you won.
See, that's what I meant when I say it. Well, it wasn't broken, so it didn't need to be
Yeah.
fixed. He just knew how to.
But
solve
when
it.
you do
Yeah.
that, at least go, what
Yeah.
you didn't know is it's this. Don't
Yeah.
come to
See,
me
the
and
thing
go,
is-
well, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're a
you
moron.
what you
Right.
described to me on the phone sounded like the problem that I had.
Yes.
Where certain things were working, but you just said you have 2 different boxes with switches. I only have 1.
Well, what happened with that too is because we didn't do the show. The guy, when I told you that they said it would be over at like 11:30, he actually showed up at 11:30
Oh,
with
right on.
the car out. But all he sees is all the lights on, like it's fucking Christmas Vacation, and he couldn't look more angry
I gotta
when he
do what
walked
now?
up, like he has to be here.
What do I have to do here?
And I said, "Oh, sorry, my buddy got some of it on, but can I talk to you? Can you ask me?" And so I just wanted to know.
Okay.
And
You
then-
gave him work to do. That's good.
Yeah, and then I
Can
told
I
him
give you
it's-
a reason to be here?
I felt
for just
really,
a second.
I felt so bad. So
Yeah.
I said it wasn't me. They sent me a voice thing that said, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, you got to get this changed." And he goes, "That is way not the
It's
thing."
outdated.
Yeah,
And if you haven't had it checked in a certain amount of years, then you find out it's not to code, so you have to get it done.
Oh, yeah.
But there's certain programs that you can enter into
What
where
is
the
that?
city will pay for it because it's a code violation thing and it's not your fault. In other words, a thing that I just did, I'm getting air conditioning installed in the house. You know, for the past
Yeah.
10 years, I bought this house 10 years ago. This house was built in 1951. So in the summertime, it's an oven, and in the wintertime, it's an icebox. It's bad. So an option was to get, new insulation and da-da-da. Well, I got this deal through Edison because I'm an Edison customer. I'm not paying for anything. They're installing it in, it's called a split AC system. It's not a central air conditioning. So it's these little units that go on the wall high up. And the way they do it is they put it in my main living room, they put it in 2 bedrooms, and then when the interior doors are open in the house, it fucking cools the entire house. But I'm not paying for the equipment.
How?
And because I'm an Edison customer, and they're like, there's this certain deal that's an incentive program, I guess, that Edison customers, they get it done for free, and all you have to do is pay for the installation.
Dope.
what's
I'm
an
not even
Edison
hey,
customer?
Just real
though?
quick, I'm not even paying for the installation. My son worked a deal out with somebody where he's getting it handled the whole thing. So I went from thinking, yo, I'm only paying $1,400 for this whole thing, which is really good, by the way, because the units alone cost that are up
right.
there, and you're not even thinking about installation. And then
It's crazy.
to now I'm getting, and I was only going to get 1 unit in the addition, that big back room that I have added
Yeah.
onto the house. I was just going to put it in there, and now I'm getting 3 in 3 different rooms, which is going to cool the entire house, and I'm not paying for anything. Edison is the
amazing.
Southern California Edison, the electric company.
Oh, okay. See, I'm not a part of any of that because no one knows. I didn't know that. Did you know?
Edison, yeah. I had Edison for a while.
Shit, maybe I
What
do
is
have
it out here?
LADWP for here. But when I was in West Hollywood, it was
Oh,
Edison.
DWP. It's the same.
it's- yeah.
Oh, that's what
Department
that
of Water and
was.
Power.
So it's like what you
Okay.
either or. Like Edison
See-
when I lived in West Hollywood,
Right.
but then
Oh,
back up here. it's the
okay,
other one.
that's
So
what
where
it
I
is.
Yeah,
live,
yeah,
there
yeah.
isn't a DWP. You have Edison. You pay for your electric
Yeah.
through Edison. You pay for your gas through the gas company. It's literally called the gas company.
Yeah.
And then I pay for all the other stuff through my water and all that stuff through the city of Lakewood. It's got its own thing. So,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, DWP is what came over yesterday. Mm-hmm. That's what I had to deal with.
But yeah, they have this incentive program through the Edison company, and now I'm getting it done for I think nothing.
That's dope.
Yeah, but you learn about your house. You're like, but then you think, why isn't it? Why
Yeah.
didn't they do that in the first place? But things evolve. Like copper pipes apparently are a thing. And if your house is old and it has pre-copper pipes, your pipes can go out and leak and shit. I've had to have a main line redone in a house before, which is a mess because they literally have to dig up the entire front yard, go down, put a pipe in. It's incredible. When I bought this house, I had to have a hot water line installed because my laundry is in the garage. So you got to go outside to do the laundry. It's not in the house. But the people that owned the house before me, they didn't have hot water going out to the garage. It was just one cold water line. So I had to have a hot water line installed and put out. And through that, it's never that simple. Hey, we just have to dig out a hole and put the water line in. Okay, so we ran into a few things. It's always that.
Yeah.
There's a dead body under the house that we had to go. We had to work around the dead body, and I'm like, oh geez. But there's always like, it's never what they're gonna say. It's gonna take a couple hours. 4 days later,
Yeah.
and they're charging you hourly. You know.
They have tents. They're
Right.
just sleeping there.
So certain things I don't want to try. I try my best not to throw. I want to do it myself, but I know there are certain things that I'll break.
Yeah, and also you own your house and I rent mine.
Mm-hmm.
And like even talking to my mom today, I was telling her about what was going on with everything here, and then she brought up something I never thought of because we're usually on the road. She was like, "Okay, for your water, do you have a water heating system like outside, like something
have a
for
water
the
heater.
water? Or
Water
do
heater. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A
So
big
I had no. She said
If
a
you- let me
couple
tell you
words
something.
I didn't know.
If you
what
didn't have a
she-
water, oh, did she say water filtration system?
well, she was saying something like a tank outside or
You got
something,
a big
or
one. That's how your water's hot. When you take a hot shower, it's because there's a machine out here that heats the water for you. It's
cut
a,
that
get-
part. Cut
it's
that
a
part.
giant tank.
Will cut that part.
When you get scolded in the shower.
Will
like,
cut that part. But so many things that as a homeowner you start learning.
We're gonna do a side podcast and call it Brent Morin. Brent
Not
Morin.
knowing shit.
His journey from a boy to a man.
I mean, I'd be in the same boat if I had a house. I wouldn't know any of that shit.
I don't know any of this shit.
Yeah.
It's just spiders and fucking
That
dim
sucks-
lighting.
The thing
and,
that sucks about water heaters with the difference between renting and owning, because I've been in houses where the water heater went out, and I just call the landlord, and they're like, "All right, we'll have it handled,"
Yeah.
not knowing how fucking expensive that shit is. Because guess what? This house that I own now, water heater went out, and I had to get a new water heater a couple years ago. Looked into how much it costs. Fuck that. Me and my brother installed it.
How much was it?
wow.
The water heater itself was like $500-600.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be worse, but that's not great.
But when you
But,
have,
yeah,
but when you
somebody
hire
install it.
someone to
Yeah,
install
yeah,
it,
for sure.
they're going to charge you an arm and a leg. First of all, the labor is crazy because those things are so fucking heavy. They're so heavy.
Damn.
And then and then there's regulations. They legally, where I live anyways, and I'm pretty sure here too, that's why you don't know you have a water heater because it's covered. Legally, it has to have a house around it.
Oh, okay.
And so I had to buy one of those because I bought a bigger water heater than I had because at the time both of my boys were still living at home and everyone was using all the hot fucking water. There's nothing worse than being the last guy in the shower
Oh god.
and there's no fucking hot water. I'm yelling, I gotta take a fucking cold shower. And I'm paying
And you
for
pay
this
for it
goddamn-"
too.
Yeah.
And you're last.
So I never had to deal with that again after this new water heater because it's great. They have these new. This is gonna be the most boring episode for you guys. I'm so sorry, but I love this
I actually
shit.
think this is okay. I think
They
it's good
have-
for people to
I'm
know.
learning.
They have
'Cause I'm
electric
learning.
water
yeah.
heaters now that are just a unit about this big that just snaps onto the side of your house and and it electrically heats the water. Whereas this thing is a tank full of hot water.
Are you telling me that thing that I can't open is my water
Water
heater?
Yeah.
I just thought it was a monster.
Remember I went in there because it was shutting off or something. It's got a pilot light that you have to
Oh,
light.
you're right.
Remember? Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think Matt, again, he's the one who came over and got the pilot light lit.
I just thought it was just like a caged raptor or something. I didn't know what that was because you couldn't open it. Only
You
you,
need
and
to-
only you and Gagne opened those things.
Here's what you need to do, Brent. You need to continue being a renter or
Get an assistant.
get an assistant or when you decide to buy the house, you need to be a bazillionaire.
Yeah,
can
yeah.
just
This
Pay
house.
anybody and everybody.
This-
Fuck.
I need to be a millionaire to own a house in LA, to be honest. And I
You
need
have to
an
be.
Yeah, that's
assistant.
a-
I
yeah.
need everybody to do shit.
You know that the basic homes here now, a basic 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house now is in the 1 points.
It's crazy.
1 point something millions, depending
insane.
on the neighborhood. It's crazy. My house, I bought it at $389,000. If I sold it today as is, I can get about $700,000 for it.
It's crazy.
Damn.
It's 3 bedrooms, 1 bath.
Yeah.
You know what you can? You know where most states, what you can get for $700,000? I can get an estate. I can get a mansion. I get a mansion on an estate
with
for $700,000.
disrespectful children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can get a house that I could walk around the grounds naked and no one would see me. That's how far apart and beautiful.
It will be Succession 2. That's what
Yeah.
you could do with that.
I can get a helicopter. Man, I'm moving. I'm moving.
Yeah.
I've actually have lately been looking into like the housing market in like Austin,
What?
Texas.
I look too.
and Charlotte. Charlotte, North Carolina.
kinda
Brent and I
nice.
have spent
Yeah, we
tons
had
of time there.
great
It's
time there.
beautiful. Man.
Beautiful.
And there are some homes there. And in Texas, and I think I drove through the neighborhood with me and Chris were there, and we were driving through this beautiful neighborhood, and I think Chris was like, what's this area? Because it was dope. And the guy said, oh, this is so-and-so. George Bush Sr. lives here.
Oh, wow.
And it was this. And then I looked into the prices of the houses, and I'm like, good Lord, I could live there, you know?
Yeah.
I know. I looked at apartments in Austin just for fun, just downtown Austin, like
How
what
much
I
a
could
month?
get for like what I'm paying now, and it's just like a sick place.
Right.
Like for what I'm paying now.
It's like the comedy condo in Denver.
yeah. Goofy shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Pinball
Yeah.
machines and
Yeah.
fucking yeah.
Full-size marionette puppets chilling.
It's like you turn on the lights.
Well, if this world isn't going to open up and nothing's going to happen, like, it is an option.
I looked just for
to-
fun. I was like, what if?
you
Like,
know?
let me just see what it looks like. And that's some dope
You get
shit.
so many people talking lately about moving home. I'm going to move back home. I'm going to move back
You
home.
are home.
That's the thing with me. I am home.
You are
I am
home.
born and raised in one of the most expensive places in the country.
Oh, 100%.
Here in New York, I mean, you know what you get in New York for $700,000? A closet
Yeah.
Crazy.
in Manhattan.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
San Francisco too.
Yep.
Dumb
Yeah, that's
expensive.
true.
I never understand that. All the places are
Boston,
so
too.
old, so not that
Oh, yeah,
nice.
San
I'm always
Fran,
like, why
yeah.
the fuck is this so expensive?
Right.
It's like cold, gross. I'm like, why? What?
Well, because of, like,
Hey,
Google
location,
and
location.
everybody,
Yeah.
you know? Right?
Yeah, yeah. Basically,
Yeah,
It's like because of
yeah.
Google and everybody. It's because it's the
Like
I say
tech-
Google and
tech
everything, I
shit,
go,
yeah,
right?
but it's just I've never understood that every
Techville.
everybody's place I've been in San Francisco. I'm like, this place.
Yeah, because you can see a homeless man shitting on a fucking sloped road and then, run to...
while you're sitting on your bidet,
Yeah.
looking out the window. That poor man. Hold on.
It's kind of what it is.
yeah, and
No,
then
it's
jump
so
on a
rich
wooden
there.
trolley that is equally as migraine-ish as a fucking terrible roller coaster at a bad theme park.
Yeah, I don't. Get
And then
it.
you go, $18 million for that
I don't
place.
get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Even though I grew up near there, and I'm like, why? I don't get the appeal.
Long
of
Beach
SF
is
as
that way
much.
now. Long Beach is that way now. There are some beautiful neighborhoods in Long Beach, but it's one of those cities. I would say it on stage sometimes. I'm like, Long Beach is the type of place where you're like, you could be watering the front lawn in your mansion and then walk around the corner and go, hey, look, it's a fucking crack house. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, look, a drive-by and a fucking 5-story house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's a
then
trip.
helicopters with lights all the time going down the neighborhood.
Ghetto birds, that's what we call them.
Ghetto birds.
Ghetto
Jesus
birds.
Christ,
But
you're
I,
so cool.
But I bet Austin's also just going to become like LA in like a year. It's going to be the same shit basically.
Yeah.
Probably too much traffic. Everything's going to go. The prices go way up. It's just going to be a fucking another LA. Probably.
People,
was
a
there
lot of
before
people are
people
going.
moved there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was there before people were moving there, but so many people are moving there now that I actually feel for them in
Yeah.
Austin going, stop,
Yeah.
like
You know where
I
else
even heard Logan Paul was saying like going to Austin.
You know where else I really like,
the
Brent?
vlog guys.
You know where else I really like, and I think you'll all agree,
Yeah.
and you too? Nashville.
I love Nashville. Yeah,
Never been.
Nashville's dope.
I love
The
Tennessee.
what is it called? The club
Zanies?
Zanies in Nashville.
Yeah.
The area that's in is really like outskirts almost vibe. I don't know. It's very suburby. Like it's
Yeah.
just housing and like a small little street. And there's a couple cool little spots where like there's shops. But dude, downtown's kind of cool.
It's dope.
where like all the honky tonks and stuff are. Excuse the racial slur. That's what they call them.
Is that one now?
They're called honky tonks. We're going honky tonking down in
Yeah, I do.
Nashville. Hoo doggy.
I love Nashville as well. You're right. That's a great place too. I like Nashville. Correct.
You are correct.
What like major city like that, like a big city, would you not want to go to? Like of all the
Go
major
to or
cities,
live in?
Sorry, live. Like what would you not like? Let's say even like Portland, Seattle, like Boston, New York,
They're all
Florida.
Not
like,
want to live in,
Yeah, what
or
would be like your place? You'd be like, I'm not moving there. Like no way.
Here's the problem with that question for me. I haven't spent enough time in those places.
got it.
And the time
Yeah.
that I've been to all of those places, but the time spent there has been so fun
True.
and so
Yeah,
short
yeah,
that you're like,
yeah.
man, I can't wait to
Yeah,
go
you're
back.
right. You're right.
But
That's
you know,
tough.
there's people there that go, yeah, motherfucker, but you don't live here.
Right.
I heard Philly's kind of like that.
Boston. I mean, my nephew is like, he lives in Santa Monica, and he's like, hey, I want to go to BU, and I want to be in Boston because his mom lives in Massachusetts. I said, have you been there during the winter?
Oh, it's
Brutal.
Because it's
Brutal, dude.
fucking insane. It's disgusting. People look ugly as shit. It's like, I mean, everybody's mad. Like, it's great.
Everyone
I love
puts
it.
on. You know what they do? They all put on that winter tin.
Yeah, and because you gotta for safety,
stay warm.
and everybody gets their bagels. And then
it's
what
a trip.
happens is like you talk about Chicago being the windy city. Go to Boston in the winter. The wind tunnels in Boston. I mean, no wonder everybody's chapped. Like
Right.
it is the most terrible. You age.
Oh, hey, Chicago, you know.
Chicago's-
Yeah.
That's why. That's one of the reasons I left. It's the main reason I left.
And you lived there how long?
4 years for
Yeah.
college. It
You
fucking
know that
sucked.
the wind in Chicago,
It's
it makes you like,
You just
it
it's
feels
like,
like
you're
a-
getting punched. Yeah,
it
you're
feels like a
just
sunburn.
oh
It
yeah.
gets so cold that it feels like a sunburn
Brutal.
on your
That's
face.
what happens.
my
in
last year, I
Boston.
lived right on the
It's
lake.
even worse in Chicago. In
Brutal.
Chicago's another city we love, but I agree with him. It's like we get the ability we used to of going
spring,
to certain
all
cities.
of those cities. Spring.
yeah.
That's when I want to
If
go.
we were so rich, we would just have spring
Yeah,
houses.
I have
in
a spring
every-
home in New York,
every
Or, I
city.
mean,
Boston.
Summer in Chicago is the best. Like
Yeah,
that's like the
it's
best.
great.
Because when you go there, you think this is perfect. When you go there in the winter, and no one goes outside for like 8 months. You just
Yeah.
can't go outside, or else
Yeah,
it
it's
hurts.
insane. You know what else I really enjoy going is Wisconsin, Madison.
Oh,
been to Green
Wisconsin,
Bay,
yeah.
been to Milwaukee. Those are such cool towns. But imagine that shit in the dead of winter.
We've never been there in the winter,
Just,
and I
hey,
hear
let's
it's
go to
the
the club.
worst.
Oh,
Try to walk. Hey, Brent, should we walk to the show? We should walk to the show today.
Brent
All right,
froze.
step outside.
dude.
Okay, get your spike boots like we're on Everest, and we'll see you guys there.
I never because growing up in Southern California, I didn't know what the fuck black ice was. Hey, holy shit.
Oh, black ice has been the reason I
Damn.
got into Comedy Falls.
Man, I mean, I've looked so much like an idiot. And I think I'm packing my boots. Oh, I don't have the right kind of boots.
No.
California boots aren't boots, by the way. These are for the ladies, not for the snow. Okay? Because if I walk in on black ice in my new Nike boots, it's just
Yeah.
you know that cartoon sound. Yeah,
my God.
I knew I was a pussy the first time I went to New York to do stand up. I went in the wintertime. And it was my first time in New York.
Yeah.
And I was remember the movie A Christmas Story? Remember
Yeah,
the little
yeah.
brother that was so bundled, that he could barely move? That was me. I'm like, oh, dude. But I'm looking at girls walking down a scarf, a skirt, and they're just like, no problem.
Yeah.
I can tell by the way I get
It's a warm day,
And I'm
it's
like,
it's 30.
I got off the plane like, is this the end of the world? It's like that
dude,
movie
yeah.
Day After Tomorrow.
I noticed that when I took him to Connecticut too, where he's like, "What the fuck?" And then we're walking, and I even have a video. Go to my Instagram or his, way back, but where you're walking, I made you walk through something. He goes, "My fucking shoes, Brent." Like,
Dude.
so mad at me.
Nashville winter one time was brutal. Me and Chris were there. And there was a Starbucks literally walking distance around the corner from where we were. Like, boom, right there. And we walked it. And we got inside the Starbucks and we were both just... We stayed in there for hours. Because we didn't want to leave. And this Starbucks was pretty dope. It had a fireplace in it and shit. And it was so cold that we were like, we're Ubering. We Ubered around the corner to the hotel. We Ubered back. It
Well,
was
you're both LA
crazy.
kids too,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, true.
California.
Well, that's what. Yeah, exactly.
But also that got by the way, that gets away from you too. Like anybody that sits out there and it goes like, I can deal with the cold. I'll tell you an incident that happened to me that actually I questioned.
you become more California, is what you're about to say, right?
Well, what happened? I was in Edmonton, Canada, and during the winter, and you know, like you think something's close, but it's like 80 miles away
Right.
in your head, like a mirage. So I was trying to walk to the Target. I walked to the Target, but it was so cold. It was during the winter that my hands froze to the point that I couldn't open the door to get back into the hotel. Like I couldn't because I was doing the side door of the hotel, that my hand froze, that I thought I'm never going to make it. Luckily, this guy opened the door with his family. Otherwise, I don't know if I could have gotten back in. I couldn't hold everything was so numb. And when I got back in, and the worst thing is, and maybe you have dealt with this, I don't know if you have, but when you have frostbite and it like heats back up, it's like needles in your hand and everything.
Yep. That happened to me in Canada when I did that 3 month. I did a 4 week tour in Canada during winter, And we were in places where it was just
Canada winter is the
holy
worst.
shit.
Yeah.
And I was with a bunch of people that are from Canada, so they were loving watching me deal with it.
It literally was just like needles.
I
I
learned a thing, though, that I never knew. When you're a California guy, especially Southern California, you don't understand the rules of snow. That's not a thing that we're raised to deal with ever, or how it works with what's cold. One morning in Canada, I'm like, oh, whoa, it's snowing. And my buddy Ray, one of the security guys, goes, oh, great, that means it's warming up. I went,
Oh, yeah.
What? He goes, yeah, when it's not snowing, it's so cold. He goes, when it starts snowing, it means it's getting warmer. I had no fucking idea, right? Went outside. It definitely was way nicer than the day before when it was just still.
Yeah,
And you're just
it's
like,
just that black ice
Yeah.
where you have to go, where you have to act like, well, I didn't know I could do a split. Oh, my knee just snapped.
You ever get that-
Oh, my
that-
kids are watching.
the freezing hand so bad that you start
It's
getting
needles.
scared. Like,
Oh, yeah.
am I ever going to get my feeling back ever again? That's the thing that sucks about phones in the wintertime in cold states. You can't, fuck it. You know what? I'm going on a walk. I'm walking somewhere right now. You're not getting a hold of me, and I'm not returning anything until I'm indoors. Because you have to take the damn glove off.
Yeah.
Because everything's touchscreen now.
Oh, yeah.
And put it back on. Hold on a second. Ah, shit. Now I can't get my glove back on, you know?
We would have.
That-
Yeah. Go
ahead.
I was just gonna say we had gloves that had like the finger in Chicago, like the finger thing. With,
What's
like,
the finger thing?
Like I can't. I have no idea what it's called,
It
but it's
covers-
like
Something you
it's
could
something
actually
like
touch a phone?
Exactly. Like there's two fingers you
They
can
make
actually
those?
touch your like nice
Oh,
like
that's
gloves.
nice.
We can touch your phone. And
I
stuff.
didn't
We
know
all
that
had those.
existed.
Yeah, I have no idea what the technology is called. Idiot, but you know what I mean. Like you can like
Wow.
it senses your.
Did
finger.
Tony Stark make these?
Yeah, I'm like, I've never heard of
awesome.
those before in my
That was a
life.
while ago too, so probably better now.
Imagine in the future, though, you got like a watch on like this, and you just go, and it does that, and I got a dope ass glove on.
Here's what I want: a watch that goes puffy suit that I don't have to deal with the goddamn cold
Inspector Gadget.
because I went to goddamn Target just to get a fucking Target hot dog and then to walk back. And then that was the other thing too. What I got at Target was not worth the walk. So I
Oh
went,
no.
God, if I die here,
That's
it's just
enough.
gonna be a hot dog,
Right?
And fucking
Goddamn Sour Patch Kid.
and God damn it! I know exactly what I got, but I Just for Men. I got Just for Men because I had to dye out the grays. I couldn't think of the name right there, but it literally was Just for Men, Doritos, a hot dog, and Sour Patch Kids. Condoms.
Yeah.
I bought condoms like something was gonna
Nobody
happen.
showed up.
Hey.
I like how it's like after the Just for Men kicks in, I'm about to
Yeah,
start fucking.
but now I'm starting to think. And then I bought what was the last thing? I just like Rolos, and
Oh,
then
jeez.
and
That's
then
the
I'm sitting there going like this, and I'm thinking this is all they're gonna remember, like just condoms and hot dogs. This guy
Actor
really
Brent
was
Morin
himself.
found dead making snow angels surrounded by Doritos and condoms.
Comedian actor Brent Morin died optimistically after, and very confident after found hot dog, Doritos, condoms, and
That's
Just for Men.
Yeah. That's another thing that sucks about doing the road when it's cold as shit.
Oh, it's-
because when we're doing the road, you get bored as fuck in your hotel. You want to
can't
walk
do
somewhere.
anything. Yeah.
You want to walk somewhere, and then you're like, "Fuck it, I'll brave it out. I got a scarf." Jesus.
Especially when I'm by myself, though. Like, Canada is the coldest, I will say, because I thought I could handle it. Sometimes we can get by in the cities.
It's like Fargo there, dude. It's crazy.
It was so bad. I
It
really
was
thought this
crazy.
sounded
I was
die.
one of the coldest places we were, and I can't even tell you where it was because I don't know maps.
Oh,
we were
okay.
in Canada, and one of my guys goes, "See that over there?" We were driving in a van. He goes, "See that over there?" And it was just nothing, all white, nothing. I go, "Yeah." He goes, "That's Montana." I go, "What?" He goes, "That's how close we are to the States right now." I goes, "Montana's right there."
What?
And I'm thinking, "Whoa, looks like fucking Fargo," you know? And I'm like, "Should we get out?" No. They're like, "What do you fuck? No."
Wow.
Because I don't experience this shit, you know, living in,
Yeah,
everything's
especially-
right there. You know, growing up where I grew up, everything's literally, even you grew up in an area where things were a little more spread out. And where I grew up is your neighbor's house. I could literally reach out my window and touch my neighbor's wall. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
everything was that. So when I saw that vast snow, I go, I want to get out and like stand in it. They're like, you won't make it. You
No.
won't make it. It's pretty,
It is. And
now it's 90.
And now it's 90. And to be honest with you, I got cold today. My mom, I was actually talking to today, and she was like, well, it's 38. Your father's still golfing. And I said, well, it's crazy, Mom. It was actually like it got to about like 58 outside, and I'm like freezing. And she goes, let's try that again, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
And that is kind of nuts right now. Like today it's 90. Tonight it will be in the 50s.
Yeah,
like
that's
it will
that
be
dry.
55 degrees at my house tonight. And then tomorrow, Halloween.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be tomorrow for us. For you guys, it's
All
Monday.
Hallows Eve.
So by the way, go vote. 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 It's your last chance. Vote. Anyways, tomorrow will be Halloween, and it's usually around Halloween is when the weather changes. On Halloween day, it's literally today is 90. Tomorrow is going to be 66.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And I can't wait. And I'm looking forward to it more now because I'm getting the heating system put in the house.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
It's toasty.
No, it makes sense.
I'd rather be cold than hot, though. What is yours? I would much rather be cold than hot.
I'm
Yeah,
cold.
actually, yeah,
I'm more
cold.
cold than
Cold.
hot.
Same.
Because everything has to be. I like the
Yeah.
idea of cuddling into a blanket.
Think
Yeah,
about
'cause
it.
you can do that.
You can't do that when it's hot,
True.
especially in my
Yeah.
house. Well, you know how your house was like that when the AC went out. It was
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
miserable.
It was 118.
And there's and the crazy part is nothing you can do about it.
No.
With cold, you can wrap up.
True.
I wrapped up like my heat doesn't work here, and it was 58 when I
Yeah.
woke up, and I was in this blanket, and I'm like,
Oh, it's nice.
I like that. I'd rather
True.
be cold than hot. I run. What do they say? Run hot.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why you get cold. That's
Yep.
me.
I'm the same way.
I run hot as well, and it's always a problem in the car with whoever I'm
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Because I'm like cranked AC, and the other person's like, you know.
Well, that's what I have here when I'm making fat jokes, but I'm sitting here in my living room, and people are literally going, Jesus, and I'm going, oh my God, how big am I that I'm like sweating, like, because it's only 68
Well,
in
even
here.
I'm sitting watching the games here with you guys. It would be like you'd sit in the AC seat, and I'd be getting just cooked by AC, and you guys,
Yeah,
and you guys are
the
like,
best.
That's
"What's
right.
up?"
It hits one seat
Yeah,
on the
one
couch.
seat. I'm just, and you guys are like, "What's up?" I'm sweating.
That's the greatest.
I miss the road, dude.
I knew. I missed the road too. I'll say this too. When I like the thing that happens in the East Coast with cars, just for everybody out there that's getting snow, what you have to do is you got to heat the car up.
Yeah.
You know, before you can scrape off the front of it. The amount of times that my car by friends was stolen because you have to leave the keys in.
Oh
was,
yeah.
I would say about a baker's dozen.
Oh, jeez.
The amount of times that it would be in a neighbor's yard and shit where I had to go find it to go to a school that I didn't want to go to because I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to learn. And so I don't want to get up at 6 a.m. I don't want to learn. I don't want to do this. And then my car is in the Woodcock's yard, you know, and that
What a
was the
name.
last name. And I'm going,
Woodcock.
How? How did that happen? Because you left the keys at Brent.
I had to do that. I had to do that. You'll love this. My first car was a 1989 Mercury Cougar.
I
Whoa.
mean, the
And,
shit.
and I had
That's awesome.
I had it for like 6 months or something before my parents realized, oh, there's no airbags. We need to get him a different car. This is a tank.
Wow.
And I had to do the same thing where I had to turn before I go to school because it was cold in the bay. It would get 40 degrees in the morning.
That's
So
true.
I have to turn it on, blast the heat. This 1989 car, I had to like blast it for like 10 minutes. And
Yeah.
so the car's just on. And it was so old that it didn't really work. So I had a 5-minute drive to school, my high school. I had to literally put my head out the window and like drive because it could not defrost. It was so old
Oh,
that I had
man.
to like stick my head out
See,
and
I've
like try to
never-
memorize the turns. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's a right turn here. Like just hope that I got it right.
Years ago,
Crazy.
Brent said this to me. I don't know if you remember you said this to me. Years ago, you were like, I never want to have to scrape ice off of a windshield ever again.
Yeah.
And
So
you don't
worse.
have to do that here.
Yeah, I don't have to do it here. And I've been here almost half my life.
Yeah.
18, I left home. And now I'm 21 years old. So I have some years.
It's been a
You guys
journey.
laughed so loud.
It's been a 3-year journey.
I also remember because you said at the show the other night, you were like, said something like, I'm 20 or something.
Yeah,
I
I-
laughed
yeah.
so hard.
That actually hurt my feelings so much. I hate that you brought that
Oh,
up.
the one that we were at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Venice
yeah,
one
that's right.
where
Dude,
I
that
went. It's crazy because I'm like, I'm 22 years old. And then everybody died laughing. And it made me, internally, it's the biggest laugh I got. And it made me like, what am I, 58? Like
Right.
my Honest John from the
Yeah, yeah.
haha?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
what the fuck? It's called
You know what I'm doing now? You know what
I didn't know
you
that.
know what I'm doing now for applause? For people going and it's getting wooed. Woo! I'm going, you guys. So I'm 50 now. I say that I'm 50 now, which I'm not until January, but it gets like, Woo! Yeah.
Because you're good looking.
Like, good job. You made it. Oh, is it because I'm good
Oh,
looking?
it's
probably
because
like you
you're
look
fucking
good.
hot.
Oh,
That's
I hope
probably
so.
what it is.
When I say I'm 22 and everybody goes, no,
That's
that's
the
what they're
best joke you
doing.
told all night.
You're fucking old
obviously
as
40.
shit. And then I went, I'm actually 42. Or I said
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that
yeah,
afterward.
yeah.
And
And
everybody
then
agreed.
people, they just got silent, like, huh. And I went, well, I'm not that. And in my head, I go, what are you doing? You trying to be depressed again? And, oh, God, I hate that you brought
just
that
killed
up.
me. It was so
because
funny.
it was,
that was so good.
fuck me.
20 years old. That's the best joke we heard all night.
I mean,
Obviously not true.
The reaction was very offensive.
Yeah, I can feel you. I feel you. So how you feeling about doing more shows? Honest.
I can't. I don't think I
Smart.
can because I got to shoot this show.
Yeah.
So I have to try to be safe.
Yeah.
And also, the world thinks I'm 90.
Yeah, we came
So,
very close
stop
to doing.
laughing.
We came very close to doing a super spreader event last night.
Yeah, we almost did.
We got a last minute notification that the show that we were doing was canceled because apparently some.
Because 2 groups had COVID, tested positive for COVID. People that go to these shows every week. Oh, both groups tested positive for COVID. It's like, oh,
I not doing
I
that.
guess we're not doing that.
Then I got asked to do another one today on the 6th, and I said yes now. I'm not going to say no. Yeah,
I would do it.
and we'll see how it goes. You know,
I
We'll
would
see
do
how
it
goes.
because for us as comics too, if they treat it right, and he told us in advance, so
Yeah.
it's not like it was like a.
Yeah.
If we were there and then afterward he goes, hey, that group had done it. No, he was like, no, show's canceled. So the show was done.
I'm always thinking about, is this going to be my last show ever? And I'm not sure if I want my last show ever to be the one where the woman punched me in the ribs.
That is
So I'm
true.
going to keep saying yes.
True.
to the
At
show.
least one more.
Yeah. Keep saying yes. Do we have emails today?
We have
Yeah,
a lot of emails.
let's do
Ooh,
emails.
let's
do it.
email it.
But yeah, I'm not gonna do a bar show where I bomb and then they go, you can't do that sitcom that you moved
Not only
out
did
here
you,
for.
Brent, not only did you bomb, you have coronavirus and
You're fired.
you're jobless.
You're jobless on the thing that the reason you moved out here.
All right.
But also, I might do one.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do
It's
one here,
stand-up.
just for us.
Yeah.
I know.
Coming to the stage, you might know him as the producer and the youngest of the Lions and Pod.
Actually,
Will
you know
Burkart.
what?
Then he does a set and then brings me up,
Yeah.
and then I'll bring you up, and we'll be like, yay.
Yeah.
What if we did like a paid live stream, $5 a thing, the 3 of us, and we do a show right there, and we set up a camera.
Let's do it. And do
Ask-
limited live audience or no live audience?
No live audience, but I
Just screen, just looking at them. I bet you they'll do it. If
But
you guys want us to
something-
do a live stand-up show,
yeah, let
Let
us
us know.
know because maybe we could, and then maybe we'll have a few. I don't know.
yeah, fuck it,
but
we'll do it right here
Yeah.
on the
like,
porch.
Put like 8 people in there, and that's fine. I have distance.
8.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like,
Oh, you
how
mean
many people in
8
live?
people?
Live.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. I thought he was doing the will thing. And go, yeah, maybe 8 people.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
8
no,
people
no,
would
no,
do
no,
it.
no,
That's
no.
what I
No,
thought.
That would be a lot of fucking
You should
people
have
watching.
seen how sad I
No,
looked.
no,
I
we
went,
both were like, what?
No.
Fucking Puffins went, huh? Like,
That'd be a fucking lot of people probably
Brent,
watch that.
what you talking about, Will?
but we would be willing to do a live show, a Lions Den live broadcast,
Yeah, just talking to him.
a broadcast of a
We just got to
stand-up
figure out
type.
the Zoom and maybe set up a screen up so we can see him.
Yeah, and figure out the technology since you guys knew about my breaker box and all the bullshit. So it'd probably be a problem.
Definitely want to see that after this episode. I want to see the 2 boxes. I want to see what's going on.
But, okay. Such a dad.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
Maybe we'll do a vlog or something.
We'll
Put that on
vlog it.
Patreon.
But we'd be game for that before we
Mm-hmm.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, anyways, emails. We got the first one here from Greg.
Greg.
Subject line is male exotic dancer.
Me?
Hey boys. Greg Bain here again. Question for all 3 of you. Hypothetically, if you guys were male dancers, what would be your go-to song to strip to? For example, mine would be "Need You Tonight" by INXS. Inks.
Okay.
Love-
In excess, you fucking child.
What is it?
Every time you do that, it makes me feel 100 years old. It's a very popular band
Really?
in the
I've
80s.
never even heard
The guy
of it.
died of erotic asphyxiation.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wow,
that where
cool.
he fucking In excess. What's the song?
So what would be your? That song is "Need You Tonight."
Oh,
That's
Is there a
his
more
song.
selfish
okay.
dad?
My song. You ready?
Go.
Brown Sugar by D'Angelo.
Wow.
Ooh, ooh, I want some of your brown sugar. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Go to.
Enya.
Get away, get away, get away. And Brent's just like,
Just. Hello, hey, hello, hey, hey, hey.
he's a new age stripper.
Yeah, and then. Little penis going back and forth, just soft, just
It's not swinging, it's
Hey-oh-way,
swaying.
hey-oh-way. And I have blue lighting, but it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, oh God, it's like a weird ghost.
Yeah.
Probably that.
Yep.
Or this is how we do it. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
I would
dun.
definitely leave my socks on. I'm a socks on always kind of guy. You guys
Nice.
understand that?
yeah.
I don't like my feet exposed. So even in intimate moments, I keep my socks on.
Intimate moments.
Intimate moments.
Intimate moments with
hey,
Jason Collings.
just so you know, I'm saving you from getting slashed by my toenails.
I also just like it for dancing when I'm wearing socks.
Yeah. Oh, because you could slide.
This is
True.
how we do it. Little penis go. This is how we do it. What about you?
Good.
You can get y'all's in a text file.
I would do
Dashboard
I would
confessional.
do, no, that's so funny. No, I want to do something with a really slow build, like "Come Sail Away." That song that sticks.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Dun, dun,
I'm sailing away.
Like really, such a slow build.
dun, dun, dun,
Yep,
and it comes in.
Exactly what I would do.
Shit, that's
Come
pretty good.
sail away. Come
Yeah.
sail away. And you're just like, sail away
Yep,
with
yep.
Will
Yep.
Lass.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
That's good.
And I want socks up to my cock.
Leg
From-
warmers.
Yep, all the way up, and that's it.
Leg warmers.
All the way up to my penis.
I'd say socks up to my cock, but that would only go to my knees.
There it is.
Anyways,
There it is.
coming to the stage.
Mine would go to my shins.
Here's one from Brittany.
Brit?
This is drowning coincidence.
Britney Spears?
Yes, Britney Spears. Hey guys, Brittany here. It's been a while since I last wrote in. I was the girl who had 90s era Johnny Depp as an imaginary friend.
Oh, that's great. Yes.
I wrote in at the beginning of the lockdown. Time flies when you're having fun, right? When you're not having fun. Same.
We're having a ball.
Anyways, I'll try to keep this brief. When y'all were talking about drowning, it reminded me of something that happened this summer. I had a dream about me drowning, and then the next morning I woke up to the news that my cousin drowned and died.
Oh, this is a happy email.
Okay. Don't know what that means or why I dreamt about it, but it definitely spooked me. I'm just going to keep going. Proud of you all for keeping the pod going. Excited to see y'all in Wisconsin or Chicago when everything's back to normal. Sorry for the long email, William. love,
Two
Love
things.
y'all.
Two things.
Jesus.
Two things. First thing,
I know what you're gonna say.
sad.
Yeah.
Second thing, when were we talking about drowning?
Yeah.
Oh, when he was going to...
Oh, yeah.
whole
Okay.
thing.
God,
Oh,
I got to keep track of that
And
stuff.
then I have a third thing. I thought you were gonna bring this up. Why are you laughing during that?
Because it was like so sad that like I was not prepared for
Then-
then my...
I found out.
Yeah,
Oh, my God, my toddler cousin died.
God.
Jesus. All right. Well,
anyways.
thank you.
Thanks, Brittany.
Hope
That is a crazy
everything's all right.
coincidence. I mean,
That
It
is
is
very crazy.
I wasn't
coincidence.
ready for that, but cool.
That was very sad.
Very good coincidence. And-
Wonder how Johnny Depp helped her get through that.
Oh, come on. We'll do that all together. Go through the bits.
This is from Emily.
Be good though. Be family. Hopefully, family safe. Go ahead.
Subject line is Bumble questions. Hello, my loves. I wanted to ask you a couple of my favorite Bumble intro questions. The first one is very basic. Well, I want to see where she's going with this. Well, first one's very basic. What is your go-to karaoke song? Maybe she's just asking us these questions that she would normally ask on Bumble.
That Bumble
I think that's what
asks.
it is. Yeah. The second one is a little weirder, but it's my absolute favorite. If you were a ghost, who or what would you haunt? So maybe we can do the first one first and then this one. So what is your go-to karaoke song?
Taking It to the Streets by the Doobie Brothers.
Crawling by Linkin Park, which is not. But yeah,
And then second one's a little...
that was better.
So second one's, if you were a ghost, who or what would you haunt?
My exes.
Who or what would I haunt? Huh. Both my sons. Can't get rid of me, fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so I asked one of my matches that question, and he thought it was too weird and morbid. Needless to say, I didn't want to talk to that guy anyway. I wish I had a screenshot of the conversation. I have all sorts of screenshots of other weird dating app encounters. Hope you're doing well and staying safe from
That guy
fires.
was- That guy was a basic
wait,
bitch.
real quick.
Yeah.
So these aren't Bumble questions. These were her questions to the person she's talking
Yes.
to. Yeah, don't do that.
Which,
Really?
the ghost one?
I don't like either of those questions. Just say hi.
I'm so out of the game. I don't even know
Yeah,
what
because
they're
I'm on
talking
Bumble,
about.
and I don't give a shit if you're gonna write long questions. Who would you haunt? That should not be an opening. Have you ever had coffee with somebody
Sounds
in
like
your life
those
and went?
actually, yeah. Those actually
went-
sounds like
Who would you haunt?
Yeah,
in
that's
your
what I was
life?
going to say.
Yeah.
It sounds like questions on one of those goofy dating game shows.
Yes.
Bachelor number 2. If
Yeah.
you were a ghost, who would you haunt or what would you haunt?
Yeah.
And he's always like, well, first of all, I'd haunt you, baby, because you'll never get rid of me.
Yeah, it's exactly like that fucking blind dating show
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, that's the dating
I thought
game.
that was the Bumble questions that they ask you when you do the profile that I ignored.
Yeah.
That's on her. Don't do that.
I think also
Don't do that.
I don't mind those questions, but
Yeah.
I'm not on Bumble.
If
it was
okay.
a stranger.
Okay, but here's the thing. On Bumble, like you match, the girl writes first. So if
Oh,
she wrote
wow.
me first and her questions were, who would you haunt? Her first thing said to me.
Your reaction was like, you planning on killing me? What
Yeah,
are you doing?
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
That makes
these
sense.
guys don't
The
really
f-
want to.
The opening should be, hey, how are you?
Yes,
Sure.
that's what I'm saying.
What you want to do?
especially if a girl's writing a guy, like you just say hi, we're all like,
Yeah,
we don't
well,
need we don't
we're
need
in.
much.
we really fucking don't.
I think the
just say
reverse.
hi.
If we're messaging a girl, maybe we do have to get creative. We
You
do.
do.
Yes.
But
You
if they're writing
fucking
us,
do.
it doesn't matter.
Just say hello.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And
We
if-
require so little.
And if somebody is answering those questions and like it's like works for her, they're lunatics.
What? Yeah, the guy that answers immediately. Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about if I
Yeah.
was to pass away today, I'd
Yeah.
definitely haunt my boss.
Yeah, I would haunt my mother when she was 15. Well, do you want to meet at Starbucks at 4? You know, you seem like you get it. Like, I mean,
Shit, that's good stuff. Yeah, we don't. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's a very good observation. Well, we don't require a lot. We really fucking don't.
and because
It's
I'm
like
on-
when
yeah.
that movie came out. What do men? What do women want?
Yeah.
And the guy can hear all the woman's thoughts, and that you're like, that's hilarious. When the movie came out, What Do Men Want? I'm like, that's definitely a 3-minute movie.
Yeah, it's a 3-minute movie.
You know?
Even saying hi, you can just do a typo. You just write, and we'll go, what's up?
What
Yeah.
would you guys think of this? Because what her reaction was, I'm not getting the right responses from these guys.
Let me
No,
give you an
sweetheart,
example.
you don't have to.
I was just talking to Brent about this. Let me give you an example of the difference between what men want and women want, and it's so simple. How many fucking stories have you heard about male celebrities inviting perfect strangers backstage or to come to the after party, and these women brag like that's this amazing feat. Oh yeah, Johnny Depp asked me to come to the... When we think about that, we're like, that's not difficult at all. What's wildly more impressive is if I said to you guys, I was at J-Lo's concert last night. She points at me and my other 5 dude friends in the front row and goes, you guys, backstage. You'd be like, holy fuck, how? How? And please give me all the details because that's impossible.
Hey, Brent and Jason got invited back to J-Lo's show.
Yeah.
Like,
How?
huh?
Everybody
We're
be
the
like, how the
most
fuck?
charming.
But when you hear, I was at the fucking Justin Bieber concert and me and my 4 girlfriends got to go backstage, you're like, yeah.
Makes kind of sense.
All you have to, literally all you have to do, especially if you're hot, is show up. You just got to get there. That's all. That's it. The hardest part about that journey is figuring out how to get to the concert. I mean, you know what I mean? With us, if us 3 and 2 other dudes got the fucking 5 of us got invited backstage by Halsey,
Oh yeah.
so crazy.
dude, that would be like, what?
Yeah.
How? What did
Yeah.
you guys do?
Yeah.
How did you make? Because it isn't just showing up. We can't just be in the front row going,
Yeah. It's like,
Actually, no, I like
And-
this.
well,
Actually, it's kinda
get
dope.
that
invited?
would make me. But
Yeah,
yeah.
you know.
And
what I'm
then I would have to put you guys in a corner on the way there, going, I fucking love her, and you guys need to like
Don't
be
touch
on
her.
my
Let me
side.
have her to myself.
I want to know her because I'm in love with her. Because I am. I love you, Halsey, and I would love to have a date with you.
That was, by the way, that was real.
That was real. I
Is she
have a
single?
super crush on her. I don't know.
Damn it. She's rarely dressed. That's what's interesting about her.
Don't
And
talk
she's
about her
very-
like that.
What?
Because we're gonna
Good
be together, I
bikinis.
think.
Good bikinis, good tattoos, beautiful. girl.
Don't say good bikinis, Grandpa.
Sorry.
That's what my grandpa would say.
Good bikinis.
She's got good bikinis. She's got good.
She's got really good bikinis. This kid. This kid's got good bikinis, huh?
It's the love of my life.
Band name, Good Bikinis. Go ahead.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Here's a quick fan art. This is from Angie.
Miguez?
And she did art from last Friday's episode. So about a week ago. Here's some art. Looks like
An orca.
Jason riding a dolphin.
Nice.
Brent looks like on an orca's back yelling Jason.
Good
And then
forearms.
I'm just chilling on the beach with floaties. And fins. I didn't see the fins on the bottom.
What was
And a
this?
snokel?
What were we talking
No
about
idea.
here?
Who the hell knows?
Dolphins,
I think
water.
we were
I
talking
have no
about
fucking idea.
dolphins and water. Who
Whales coming up
knows?
to us.
Yeah.
What
who
are we
knows?
talking about? What is wrong with us?
I don't know.
We've done
We're
so many of
not
these that
shit.
no clue what the fuck we were talking
We're out of
about.
our
I'm glad they're enjoying it though. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, cool. Thanks, Angie. It's really funny.
Love it.
I think we made a statement about. Oh, shut up, Brent. I have no idea.
I thought you were gonna really go into something. There.
I was trying to figure it out in my head, but I really don't remember.
Here we
Oh,
go.
Boy.
Here's a good. This is going back to when we were talking about the cougar mountain lion attack thing. With
yeah.
Wah, 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 that whole fucking thing. So this is from Samantha. Well, I'm sure you've received emails about this already. I don't think we have. I found it extremely important to stop watching the pod and submit new information to Detective Jason on the cougar case ASAP.
Nice.
The jogger actually did finally wind up throwing a rock at the cougar, and this is what sent it running away.
Oh, I didn't
Oh.
notice that.
I believe it was last week that Brendan Schaub went over the entire thing on Fighter and the Kid.
Oh, that's why I don't know about it because I didn't watch that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I was so happy to hear the story Chappelle offered Jason being the incredible guy we already knew he was, but I'm always always great to hear. Oh, that's nice.
Didn't say anything about me though. That's fine.
I hope.
Chappelle Lacey, good to see you, buddy.
Wait, what is this? What is?
I read that weird. And I'm sure maybe just talking about something on Fighter and the Kid.
Chappelle Lacey talked about you and said how great you are. Is what she's saying on top.
So
of that.
apparently, Fighter and the Kid is now Fighter and the Kids, and it's doing very like people are really liking that combo. It's Malik, Chappelle,
Yeah.
and Brendan, and apparently the three of them together is fucking great. People
Wow.
are digging it.
we love Chappelle.
Yeah.
I love those
I
guys.
like Brendan too. I mean,
Brendan's-
everybody's great.
Yeah, everybody's fine.
So I hope this is helpful in the case. You guys are absolutely incredible. Truly, each of you, and I couldn't fathom a better dynamic trio. Sorry, Jason and Brant. As much as you boys try to smooth bully Will out of here, I think after 75 episodes of us fans growing so attached to him, I can't imagine listening without him.
Yeah,
Thanks.
unfortunately, he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I would go into further detail and praise you each individually, but I must wrap this up as I know Will is about to send me to spam after leaving such a long email. Your hugest fan, Samantha. Thanks,
Thank
Samantha.
you, Samantha.
That was amazing. That wasn't long at all.
You know what I love? I love that everyone's. She's obviously a dedicated listener to Fighter and the Kid, but then they're checking all of us out. Like they're hopping around and listening to all of us.
It's an honor because like a lot of those guys are our friends, and it's just nice that we're on the same. We're new to this game, and
What episode were we on?
We're the
Fighter and
rookies.
We were episode 599 or something
Yeah,
like that.
like,
599 or something.
And we're so new on our shit, so it's really nice that we take it as a huge compliment when you guys like our friends' stuff and like our stuff.
And I liked it that you're supporting our friends. Like support Fighter and the Kid, support Brendan, support Chappelle and Malik. Those guys are fucking
The homies.
killer. Yeah. Also, hey, Brian Callen has a Patreon podcast. Just saying. Go check
But
him out.
also, hey, Chappelle, I was there too. We all like each other. I know he might be the reason you were there, but let's all mention. I just need something to get me going through the day.
What is this?
This is a Patreon message that I think is really funny and just a good fucking message. This is from Cynthia Munoz. She said, "Hello again. The last time I wrote to the pod, I was asking, how do people date during COVID? I work in an OR and was about to scrub into a surgery when I took my AirPods out in the middle of listening to the episode, and the Bluetooth speakers in the room automatically picked up my phone and started playing. Thank God for masks, because nothing could hide my complete embarrassment and laughter when I heard Jason saying, 'Make an OnlyFans page,' which was instantly followed by the entire room bursting into uncontrollable laughter and me frantically trying to tell Alexa to pause."
In an OR theater?
Yeah. So,
oh my God. Make an OnlyFans page.
Yeah.
You wonder who I was talking to.
who knows? The surgeon I was working with at the time was laughing so hard he made the room listen to the entire episode, partly to teach me a lesson, but mostly because he found y'all hilarious.
Awesome. You know who
yeah.
I'm worried about, though?
It's
Whoever was on
where
the
they were
operation
on-
Yeah,
table.
they're like laughing.
Oh, man. Whoa, wrong liver.
That person in the operating table is going,
What if it was outpatient?
Oh, no.
Outpatient surgery
Yeah.
and they were awake during it.
just looking.
So suffice it to
That's
say,
great.
I double checked that my Bluetooth is off when I'm at work now. Bright side, y'all now have a handful of new followers. Thanks for the
Fuck
laughs, guys, and a hilarious dating advice, Cynthia.
That is
Beautiful.
such a funny fucking story. I
That's
love
great.
I know. That was so good.
that. Oh, I love that. It pulls her AirPods out and it goes over the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
Wow.
Make an OnlyFans page.
Yeah, make it.
I mean, we're lucky.
I can see her fumbling. Alexa, stop. Alexa,
Yeah,
stop.
exactly.
Alexa, make it only fan page. You fucking done it, Alexa.
Also, we're lucky that that's what was said. It could have been something way worse.
Way worse, especially if it was a Patreon episode.
Fuck yeah.
Do you guys ever think that? What if it was just like this? Do you guys ever think that aliens are just us from the future that come back? Alexa. I think we have space people. Alexa.
I just think it's so fun. Make an OnlyFans page is what came out.
All the
Yeah, I don't
things.
even know what that was about, but I know it was something that's hilarious.
Oh, that's good shit.
So good. Do we want to end on that? We're at an hour.
I
Yeah,
do.
fuck
Yeah.
it. That's
That
good
was
stuff.
great. That made our day.
Yeah,
One more time.
hilarious.
This episode's coming out on Monday, which is the 2nd.
So vote.
So vote.
I voted. Did you
Yeah,
vote?
voted.
Yeah, you got to vote.
Vote.
Yeah, let me see. Let me make sure that's the right date. Yeah, so Monday is the 2nd, and so get out there and vote. You got one more
Vote
day.
on the 3rd, and you got it.
Go to your polling place. You can't do it if you can't do it by mail if it's too late, which I'm pretty
It's
sure it
for
will
sure
be.
too late, so don't mail it in.
Don't
It won't
mail it
make
in. Go in, mask up, glove up, goggle up, face shield up, and fucking vote. Because if you don't vote, you ain't got no right to bitch. You ain't got no right to complain. And just so you know, voting's the bare fucking minimum. Mm-hmm. You're doing the very littlest of minimum that you could do by voting, because there's a lot more you could do. Tell your friends to vote, volunteer, but get the fucking vote done.
Yes.
All right, kids.
That is the extent of what we're going to do as celebrity comedians, as opposed to putting fucking vote stickers on our asshole.
Hey,
So we'll see you guys.
later.
We are friends, digging each other.